We are so lucky to know about the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Anunnaki information within them. Do you know that it was this close to the Roman Holy Empire putting their mitts on it and snatching it up? Now, who did the Holy Roman Empire become after? Later on became the Vatican. This is going to lead us to the secret archives of the Vatican Library. Because they didn't snatch this knowledge up, and if they had, they certainly wouldn't have told us about it. By now, most of you have heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's where we get a lot of the Anunnaki scriptures that were hidden for centuries, millennia. But one thing that I didn't know is the reason they found the Dead Sea Scrolls is because it says that the site was illuminated, was radiating light in Khirbet Qumran that lies on the northwest coast of the Dead Sea. Within walking distance from Jericho, it's a place not difficult to reach from Jerusalem. So here it says that when the scrolls were discovered, the caves were radiating a light. I didn't know this. In fact, this is the weirdest thing for me. I was like, how did they find these pottery jars full of these scrolls in a secret cave? Once they discovered this light radiating from the cave, this is when they decided to go in and excavate. These excavations were done in 1951 to 1956, but unfortunately their discoveries were not published to the public until much, much later. They did, although, publish a bunch of preliminary reports, but nothing that caught the eye of the public. In 1959, there was a book published called Archaeology and the Dead Sea Scrolls. The discovery was so grand because it showed history going all the way back in the 7th century BCE, all the way up to 70 CE. The fourth and final period, it talks about the Roman Empire, the Roman occupation. This period between 135 BCE and 70 CE are very important because before these scrolls, no one actually had a lot of historical evidence. The people doing the excavations said that there was a lot of evidence of warfare in the fashion of a Roman siege, almost as if the Romans wanted to go get these scrolls. And let's think of something. Who did the Roman Empire become afterwards? None other than the Roman Catholic Holy Church. Do the Vatican secret archives ring a bell? So if these scrolls were not found and had been conquered by the Romans, we would have never found out this information because it would be in their vaults, classified. So how lucky were we that they didn't get their mitts on here and kept this knowledge secret? And this is what tells me that they have so much ancient history that's not even funny. But because it defeats their religion and their narrative, they will never expose it. In fact, when the Romans invaded Jericho, they destroyed almost everything. Do you know that it's rumored that the Library of Alexandria, before it was burnt down, publications from it were actually taken out so that the fire was to cover up them sequestering all of this documentation? Food for thought. They tried to do it with the Dead Sea Scrolls. So who said that they weren't able to do it with the Library of Alexandria?